I've said it before and I'll say it again. Yes, relationships are built through connection, but they are sustained by temporary moments of distance creation, aka boundaries. Whenever I talk to my clients about boundaries, I receive the most pushback from either the younglings still hung over from their honeymoon phase or the marriage veterans whose ways are set in stone. And the common denominator, a lack of healthy relationship boundaries and a resistance to changing that. The other common denominator is that they're both sitting in couples therapy. Take it from someone who has counseled over 100 couples. There is no relationship in the world, romantic, platonic, or familial, that does not benefit from a healthy dose of boundary setting. I'm Jordan Travers. I'm a licensed clinical psychotherapist. Let's talk boundaries. Let me uncomplicate things for you. A boundary is exactly what it sounds like, a line in the sand that can only be crossed when both partners consent. That's it. It's not rocket science. Then, why is it an issue for so many couples? Easy. Life happens. You got mad, so you made a personal comment about their partner. They let it slide. It's a busy month at work, so your partner pushed date night again. You complied. You booked 2 tickets, even when you wanted to go alone because you didn't want your partner to feel left out. With each broken boundary, your relationship frays just a little bit. And before you know it, you risk the whole thing coming undone. To practice what I call relationship discipline, there are 3 boundaries I always tell my clients to uphold. And if you think you and your partner breach these boundaries regularly, I strongly advise watching all the way to the end. All right, let's start. Boundary number 1, screen time. Did you know about tech interference? It's what happens when your relationship is interrupted with the notification every 2 seconds. When you're mid-conversation and your partner suddenly picks up their phone, that's tech interference too. And it might seem minor, but over time, these moments stack up. You may be thinking, well, how much can some harmless scrolling really affect my relationship? Maybe an hour of Instagram or TikTok is a bedtime routine for your partner. That's not damaging the relationship, right? Well, you might want to think again. A comprehensive study by the Institute of Family Studies found that couples with screen overuse problems are not only unhappier than other couples, they're also, surprise, surprise, having less sex and going on fewer date nights. Yeah. Only 44% of said couples have sex once a week or more often. And about 1 in 5 of these couples report that either they haven't had sex at all in the past 12 months or only once or twice. And that's rough and also a symptom of a much larger problem. So what's the solution? A simple one. To get you started is setting tech-free zones in your home. One couple I worked with created a phone-free breakfast rule. Just 20 minutes of uninterrupted conversation in the morning helped them feel closer than hours spent side by side scrolling in silence. When screens dominate your relationship, you're not just losing eye contact. You're losing intimacy, connection, and the feeling that your partner sees you as their priority. Even a small change like putting your phones away during dinner can be a powerful reminder that your relationship deserves your full attention. Boundary number 2, shared responsibility. Imagine this. One partner's racing around, folding laundry, packing lunches, tidying the living room, while the other's scrolling TikTok on the couch. Sound familiar? In heterosexual couples, women still perform more than half of the household tasks, but that's old news. What's more surprising is that this lopsided division of household labor creeps into even the most egalitarian of relationships. Research calls this phenomenon household resignation. Even though couples want to share household load equally, they're not able to turn this desire into a workable reality. Why? Because gender roles, parenthood, society, job market, the list goes on and on. So what's the solution? Setting clear expectations. And that's not as easy as it sounds. It's not as simple as listing the chores and drawing a line in between to split them up. Time, effort, skill level, interest, enjoyment, and fairness are all factors you have to consider before assigning responsibilities. And the most important ingredient is accountability. Because the division isn't fair if your partner has to constantly remind you or follow up with you to get the job done. If the work is divided, so is the responsibility to delegate. And now we're on to the final one. Boundary number 3, self-care. Research shows that a lack of self-care and personal time, including opportunities for solitude, pursuing hobbies, and dedicating time to personal endeavors, can lead a significant disconnect between partners within a relationship. So yes, being apart from time to time actually does bring you closer together. Think about it. If you're always in your relationship, when do you reflect on your own life, your friends, your personal growth? You don't. What happens is that you end up resenting each other and might even develop an aversion to being around your partner. So here's a solution. Create intentional solo time. It can be indulgent, like a spa or salon appointment, enriching, like taking a yoga class or reading a book, even relaxing, like going for a long walk. Each comes with its own individual benefits, and one large overarching benefit is that it makes your relationship better, not just with your partner, but with your own self. And as we know by now, these two are inextricably linked. All right, to wrap up, here are my final thoughts. Boundaries aren't walls. They're actually invitations. They invite respect, they invite connection, and they invite balance. So don't be afraid of them or averse to using them. What I usually tell my clients is that it's better to draw these boundaries yourself when you have control, because if you don't, relationship issues and time will draw them for you. And if you've been feeling distant from your partner or overwhelmed by responsibilities, take the time to ask yourself, what boundary could help us reconnect? And if you have a really good answer, why not share it with the class and drop it in the comment section? And while you're at it, you can also hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll know that you want more relationship content from us. And if you're curious about what boundaries your relationship needs most, try the relationship satisfaction scale linked below. I'm Jordan Travers. I'm the clinical director at Awake Therapy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.